we're making jack cheese. It's a wonderful quick snack to make with raw cashews, and you'll find the recipe in Cook Your Way to Health, or it'll be on your screen at the end of the directions. Hi, jack cheese today, and what a wonderful little snack. It's easy to make. We use mostly raw ingredients. We're using raw red peppers, raw cashews, raw garlic, so it's very easy to digest. Jack cheese is an alternative to dairy cheese. So if you can't have dairy, this is a really neat thing to do. And even if you can have dairy, this is a very healthy snack to have in your diet. So we'll start by putting the ingredients in a blender. I'm using a Vitamixer today, but you can use any blender you have. So we start with a cup of water. I always use filtered water. And then we're going to add 1/4 cup of plain gelatin. So if you're a vegetarian, you'll want to use agar-agar if you don't want to use gelatin. And then we add 3/4 cup of boiling water. So you just add one ingredient on top of the other. 3/4 cup of boiling water. So then we put in a cup of raw cashews, and raw cashews are excellent food. They're unsaturated fat, they're an essential fatty acid, they're very good for the immune system and for healing your body. If you want to use cashews that have been soaked and dehydrated, you can find that in my book as well. It stabilizes them. But raw cashews, if you can digest raw nuts, are an excellent food. So 1 cup of raw cashews. 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast flakes. These are Red Star nutritional yeast flakes. Excellent nutrient-dense food because it helps anyone that needs B12. So vegetarians in particular should eat nutritional yeast flakes. And 1 teaspoon of Celtic salt. Celtic salt, of course, is much healthier than any of the other refined salts that you find. 5 to 10 cloves of raw garlic. I think I've got 7 cloves in here today, and it makes it quite spicy. So the more garlic you use, the spicier it is. And remember that garlic is antibiotic, antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial, all of those anti-things. So garlic is an excellent raw food. 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I'm using an organic lemon juice. If you have organic lemons and can squeeze them, that's great. Lemon juice, of course, is really high in vitamin C. And then 3/4 cup of chopped red pepper. So you can use frozen red pepper and drain it if you're making this and you don't have any fresh red pepper. You can even use chopped fresh tomatoes. Red pepper is very high in lycopene, so it's excellent for the immune system. It's excellent anti-cancer fighter. So when we have all the ingredients in the blender, we put the lid on and we blend it for about 8 to 10 minutes on high speed. And what that does is it makes sure that everything turns to liquid and you get a nice orange cheese. So we'll just start that process now. And I always put something on top of my blender so it doesn't hit the ceiling. The blender has finished, so the cheese will be liquefied. So we're going to pour it into some dishes. I like to have this shape so that it kind of looks like cheddar cheese. And I found this glass one, which I prefer. So we'll just pour the cheese in. Looks good, doesn't it? This cheese takes several hours to set in the fridge. While it's hot and runny like this, you can actually eat it this way. It's very good to dip healthy corn chips into, or vegetables when it's soft. Uses for jack cheese are many. It's very handy to have around. It's great just plain the way it is. Slice it and put it on a tray, or you can serve it with crackers. You can melt it in a saucepan and use it as a dip for vegetables, pour it over top of vegetables. You can melt it and mix some salsa with it and use it as a dip with good quality corn chips. Anywhere that you can think of, you can pack it in lunches for kids. It's an excellent snack. We'll set it in the fridge now. Our jack cheese is set now. You can leave it in the container to serve, or you can take it out. I'm going to attempt to take it out. There we go. So there we have our jack cheese. It's a great snack.